Good day, good day, good day, beautiful souls, beautiful people. My morning message, my day message for y'all, for myself, is that to stop setting yourself up for failure. Stop setting your goals towards failure. And by that, I mean, of course, it's not intentional, but by the constant thoughts we have, the constant thinking of the end result of all these situations that we have in our life is 9 times out of 10 negative, going the way that we truly don't want. We're setting ourselves up for failure. And actually about to head to work. I need to drive because I'm about to be late. And I don't want to be late because we get an extra dollar for being on time. Extra dollar an hour for being on time. So yeah, y'all gonna drive with me. And continuing on with the message is to just remind ourselves to set ourselves up for positivity, for the way that we actually want things to go, because constantly, like I said, constantly thinking about our situations and the end result in an unfortunate way, it essentially leads to the way that we don't want things to go, because we conjure up these feelings, like, the more and more that we think about it, we conjure up these feelings of doubt, of stress, of anxiety, things of that nature, sadness, discouragement. We eventually conjure up those feelings, and it manifests in the physical reality eventually, because of how much we have been in that negative mindset about whatever situation or whatever the situation may be. So if we are constantly worrying so easily and materializing the things that we essentially don't want, why not take note of it? Why not constantly be happy? Why not constantly be positive in the way that we think about our situations and how we want things to go, and thinking of the end result of whatever it may be? Think of the end result in many possible ways of positivity, just like you do in the same way of in a negative, unfortunate situation. You know what I mean? We can so easily think about unfortunate possibilities in our life and think that it's so hard to not worry. But it's just a practice. It's just a continuous practice, like you've been practicing every day to worry. So practice every day to think positive. Practice every day to think of good outcomes, and set yourself up for success instead of failure, my friends. I'm doing it myself. Every day that I wake up, I set intentions for who I want to be. I set intentions for how I want my day to go, and I keep note of that throughout my day, in my mind, throughout my day. I'm making an intention to live by mindsight instead of by eyesight, because living by eyesight, you see the 3D world in such a way, especially when things aren't manifested in the way that you want in the moment, because you've been so caught up in thinking and worrying in a negative way. So instead of focusing on the 3D actual physical world, it's better to live by your mind, because in your mind you can think of anything and how any way that you actually want it to in your desired reality, and eventually those emotions will conjure up, just like when you worry, to happiness, to abundance, to peace, to prosperity, to health, wealth, all those good feelings and situations that we actually want in our lives. They will conjure up, and eventually how you are thinking about in your internal world will mirror in your outward world. Life is a mirror. If you really think about it, if you really sit back and just notice how things have been going, you will say, damn, I really have been creating this life that I live from how I think, from how I behave, from how I've been feeling. So intentionally make it work. Intentionally make it work in a way that you actually want. And stop being such a victim in your life. Stop being so doubtful about yourself. You are downplaying your true essence. It's time to unveil that true essence within you. We are sent here and we came here for a reason, and it's time to live out that reason. It's time to stop feeling so down and lost within our lives and actually start to live. You might be alive, but are you actually living? Do you actually feel alive every day, or are you just going in the same rat race, in the same cyclical, unwanted circle? Are you living the homogenistic ways of society and really just going after that 9 to 5, coming home, eating dinner, watching TV, maybe do a little reading, maybe do a little exercise, but then you do the same thing again? You probably don't even do that because society don't tell you to read. Society doesn't really tell you to work out. Society tells us to get the BBL, tells us to get the surgeries. Are you wanting that BBL? Are you wanting that surgery because you think your life is going to change? I can tell you now, if you do end up doing that for yourself, you might feel good for the moment, you might feel good for a little while, but you're going to go back to the old you, your old mindset, because you haven't changed internally. That's just the way life goes. The reality that we live is a reflection of us. So if you haven't internally masticized and created that life internally that you want, it's going to go back to the old you. No matter how often or how hard you try to change your 3D reality, unless you change your inner world, your outer world will go back to how it was, because it's a reflection of you. So like I said, challenge yourself whenever you think of an unwanted situation, an unwanted outcome. Stop yourself in your tracks again. Once again, my friend, I might have said it on the other video, but it's that serious. I want us to, I want us to raise our consciousness, to raise and elevate ourselves, and in turn, the world around us. Even if it's not intentional, you are going to do it once you do it for yourself. That's how connected we are as humans, as living in this universe. Everything is connected, no matter if you can see it or not. That's what I mean by living by your mindset instead of your eyesight, and stop just trying to feel things with our hands and our fingers. Try to understand things with your mind. Try to understand things with your mind. You know what I'm saying? How everything is so connected is so wild. We can't even fathom how things are really connected. Think about it. What is dirt? Dirt is a broken down rock. And a broken down rock forms into dirt, and dirt makes these beautiful flowers. From dirt comes beautiful flowers, comes trees. And from those beautiful flowers, little bees come and pollinate off of it. They have seeds that grow for us as humans, and even other animals to eat, to live. And from dirt, you mix dirt with cow shit, manure, grows green grass. You could grow a garden with that. Even more food, even more beautiful plants. What? the sun and the moon play this game of see me later, see me later. And the water feeds off of that. That's where high tide and low tide comes from. That's where tsunamis and shit come from. Like, that's where the rain and, like, all that shit comes from. The rain waters everything that needs to be watered for it to continue to live. Like, what? How, Sway? If you don't have any sun, and all there is just moonlight, darkness, we will become depressed. We won't know what to do with ourselves. Oh, shit. We won't know what to do with ourselves. It's a little icy outside. Didn't notice. But yeah, I'm still safe. We wouldn't. That's why, bro, you just have to really notice and really see how life is living for you, how abundant you really are. Abundance is not just abundance is not just money. It's how you feel. It's the world around you. Like, there's an abundance of sky. There's an abundance of water. There's an abundance of the ocean. Just so beautiful. I don't know if you have seen the ocean. There's many people that haven't, and when they do, when they do have that blessing to see the beautiful ocean, they get teary-eyed because it's like, what? Did this exist? Yes. The ocean is vast. It's very deep, and it has even more life down in the ocean, things that we haven't discovered. Understand the abundance that is around you, and stop being so indulged in your life, and know that you are just a tiny speck on this earth. And a tiny speck of blade of grass is like you in this big ass earth. I'm not saying that you're not important. Life is a paradox. You definitely are important, my friend, but at the same time, you're not. You're just a little speck. So stop thinking your problems are the only one that exists. Stop thinking your problems are actually problems, because they're not. They're only problems because you make them problems. So if you look at it from a different perspective and start thinking positive about yourself and the situations around you, like I said, you will set yourself up for success. Now, with that being said, be encouraged, be empowered,